sign up at the rec office for the private lessons. It's one-on-one usually, but parents sometimes put another sibling in there, and sometimes you have one instructor with two kids. Like if you look in the far right-hand side of the pool by the ladder, that's Courtney Pomer, and she's teaching two little boys. I think they're brothers. And they look to be probably about maybe 4 or 5 years old, or maybe 3 or 4. And she's teaching them how to float and swim back and forth to the wall. And so hopefully that if they ever fall into a pool, they'll be able to keep their wits about them and take a big breath of air and swim right to the wall. Sam Pomer is just now passing Courtney. She's with the little girl that's swimming the crawl stroke across the pool. And that's another private lesson. She has 2 sisters. And sometimes the ability is the same. When the ability is the same, it's easy to teach them. If the ability is much different from each sibling, then sometimes the parents put the swimmers in for a half hour each. So they would do one child for a half hour and the other child for a half hour. But if they're same ability, then they swim the whole hour. And it costs them the same amount of money. Instead of paying for 2 instructors, they only have to pay for 1. This is Brad, and he's teaching camp. The rec department has a camp, and they offer swimming lessons to anyone that wants to take it. And so they have 3 little girls here that are taking camp. And that's Ramie in the lifeguarding chair, and she lifeguards while all the lessons are going on. We also have private lessons going on at the same time. So down at the far end of the pool with the white sitting in the chair is Allie Gallivan, and she's lifeguarding. Usually we have more people here for the public in the morning. It's just today, it's 67 degrees out, so everybody thinks it's cold. So actually it's sort of like a rest day for our staff, because there's not as many people in the pool. Courtney Shea has camp also, so what happens is that we have 2 instructors for camp, and what they do is they break the group up into ability. So obviously she has the very beginners, because they're just learning how to swim, and Brad has the more advanced swimmers. And Brian is another one of our lifeguards. He's standing next to Brad with the dock cap on. And what they do is they just lifeguard and scan the pool just to make sure that no one gets in any trouble. Then we have Stephanie over here in the deep end. And Stephanie Kelly's another water safety instructor lifeguard. And she has 2 private lessons. They must be sisters. And they're learning how to dive. So they're much more advanced. And what we do is for the private lessons, the parents just sign the kids up, and then we evaluate them, and we'll teach according to what we think they're ready to learn.